Hello, friends. We're out for our walk for Where Are You From tag that Patrick sent me. I'm going to use this here time to show you a bit about my country. As it says, a lot of green, but it's home, and this is one of my favourite walks. Me and my wee dog. No, come here. Stop eating grass. You see her? That's my wee friend. Me and her. Oh, she's saying hello trees. Me and her go down there. We go out the countryside and into the forest. And yeah, I thought I'd take you along with me for this one. Big walk today. I'm walking all the way back to my town, which is a good hour. But I got dropped off. This is where I come. If I fancy a walk, fancy a wee hangover cure. But yes, I thought I would do the title guess and learn how to kind of. I'm not a big editor in my videos, as you well know. I'm not going to be doing lots of editing, but I thought this would be a good video to try and learn to put videos into one and try out this wee mic that I got. Tried it once and it was shit, I thought. But I thought I'd try it again. Be able to maybe do this video, stop it, and then start again and put them all in together. And that's the idea. And I'm sorry if it bounces a lot because I am just holding my phone. I don't have one of them wee stick things yet you hold. It kind of keeps it steady. But sure, we're learning one day at a time here. But yes, Patrick sent me a tag. Where are you from tag? And I thought I would answer questions while I'm going out my dander. And first one is, where are you from? I think was the first one. And I think the first three questions kind of go all in together for me. I'll just talk a wee bit and show pictures and videos of my wee country. And yeah, so I'll stop this video, and when I get into the forest I'll maybe start again. See you in a minute. Look at that. That tree is a tree that fell down last winter when we had them big storms. It's been standing here for years, and it's just one windy night, pure took it out of its roots. See that? We can have windy days here, a lot actually, and that was one day where that tree couldn't hag it, so it's gave up, like, so it has. But they're not moving it. It's a bit. I think it's too much of a hassle for people to come out here and chop it all to bits and move it, so they just left it. Which is how these animals can still live in it, and also I'm glad they just left it. But that's a big tree. It's been lying. Couldn't handle the storms, and there's been a few of them. But that's the one that I know has been there for a long time. I walked by it for years, and now it's gone. So there's a wee thing to show you. Really mucky here today. My dog's bogging, really, but she's loving life. You know, she loves this. This is one of her favourite places. She comes out here and she gets off the lead. She goes a good run. But I'm hoping to get a wee sit down here soon and go through some of these questions for you. And yeah, trying this out and hope it works out okay. Yeah, though, again, we're nearly into the main big place where I walk, the park, as they say. But there's a bit of the coast. So it is. You can see that's the Irish Sea. You can see that's the Irish Sea. I didn't mean that the rhyme there better. But that's it. And I live in the coast of this country. And the sun has finally came out. Thank God. First time I've seen it in a long time. There's my shadow. But yeah, going on here. There we go. There's the coast. Fair few of it. You can go up there, and it actually looks a bit smaller in the camera, but that's like a big mountain and all up there. And I sit here sometimes just to chill out, but the forest away back in there. And my dogs want me to keep going. She doesn't like standing about for too long, so I'll show you a bit of this. This is one of my favourite wee seats. I sit up here and see the ocean. There's Scotland away in the distance. And this is my wee country. I am from Northern Ireland, and it might not be the best place in the world. We've had our bad times, but for me it's home. And yeah, I wouldn't change it for the world, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else either. I am what you would call a patriot, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, I love my country. I love the people. You know, we're all kind of down to earth. We all like a laugh, a bit of banter. You know, not very serious people. And yeah, we're going up into this wee seat, and I can go somewhere where it's not so bloody windy and actually have a wee smoke and answer these questions. And probably waiting, going, for fuck's sake, hurry on. But yeah, see you in a minute. Hello. Thought I would show this. I was just walking by and thought, people might be interested. You know, this country's old, and this is the way they used to live in the old days. This would have been a nice house. You can pause the video and read it if you are interested. And what is a nice house, and how does the ice house work, and all that. But it has seen better days. I don't know why the fuck they threw a big branch tree in here, unless it blew off. It must have blew off that. That's the storm again, wrecking the place. But they do heavy seat here, which is good, but I don't think I'll sit here to do these questions. But we'll look in. Just better not drop my phone, or a fucking nightmare that would be. Aye, and there's wee leprechauns in there. Banshees. You just didn't know, do you? So, yeah. And if you look away at the distance, if I walk out here, my dog's bouncing a bit. She's loving this walk. Aren't you, Luna? Loving life. But they're doing a bit of work in this place. That's why there's certain areas you can't go at the minute. They're fixing it. But there's my town away in the distance. That's where I live. So it is. So I'm gonna talk about something that's not book related. It just popped in my head again there, and thought there might be some viewers out there that would be excited like I am for it. Last night, watching the PlayStation State of Play, where Sony released some of their games and announced for the first time some of the brand new games being released. And last night, one of my favourite games of all time, love it, is getting a new one called Castlevania Belmont's Curse. So if there's anybody that's excited, write in the comments. There's a few games, but that was the one that I fucking fist pumped the air. Done like a Mario jump, But it's one that I'm really looking forward to. And if you're interested yourself, let me know in the comments what games were on the PlayStation State of Play that you were excited about, or would you jump for joy? Let me know in the comments. There's an RV view of the forest I go into. I do this walk usually in the summer, every couple of days. But in the winter, in the rain, not so much. That's why I'm putting on weight again. Too many beers and sitting a bit doing fuck all. Oh, sorry, my phone's going. I always forget. And yeah, I'm looking. What the fuck's Luna doing? What are you doing, Luna? You wanna go? So yeah, we'll keep going. I want to find somewhere where we can sit. I don't know if we sit here actually. It's nice. Just answer some of these questions, talk about my country, but oh fuck, I just slipped. Well, Luna seems to like it here, don't you, Luna? Right, we'll change the camera in so you see me, I think. Hello, everybody. Got a wee seat. My dog's wanting to go on her walk. She's got a bit of stick stuck in her. Come here. She's alright now, fell off. Yes, we've sat down for a bit. First question, Patrick, where I'm from. I've probably said it about 100 times now. I am from Northern Ireland. This is my green and pleasant land. I live on the coast. County Antrim, we'll say. And it is about, there's a plane up there flying, I don't know if you can see that. It's about 45 minutes drive from the capital, Belfast, where I might show pictures here next week. I've lived here my whole life. I haven't moved. I'm a bit weird in case anybody walks in here and sees me talking, because I've never known used to this yet. I think I'm a weirdo. But I've lived here my whole life in this town, and yeah, it's home. It's a beautiful country. It has its bad times in the past, I'll say that, with the troubles. but it's nowhere near as bad now. You know, it's a lot mellow now. And the people, as I said there, maybe in that wee video I recorded a second ago, that yeah, it's good banter. We're good. You know, everybody seems to be dead on. Very talk. You know, we're very open. You go about, and if you bump into somebody when you're out walks, you know, you talk. You say hello. You know, there's some places where you go and they head her down and they don't even talk to you. But here it's pretty. We're an open people. We're quite open. Well, I think so anyway. But I've lived here my whole life, this is, and I've never moved from this town. The town can be a bit, you know, for the young ones, there's maybe not much to do. That's why it saddens me a wee bit. You can play football and stuff, but it's mostly just walks and stuff. You know, there's not really much to do. They had to go into the city or up into the bigger towns. But in this town, there's not much for the young ones to do, which is a bit shit. Sad thing is, that's why a lot of young ones, and me as well, when I was in my early days, 15, you know, the only thing you have to do, or you feel like you have to do it, was drinking and smoking the hard stuff. Not tobacco, pipe tobacco. But yeah, I'm past all that. But I find that the kids don't really have much to do here. It was a bit shit. So a lot of them start hitting the drink quite young and all. That's a kind of a bad thing about this country, or my wee town. But then they get older and wise up, I think. You know, I think we all have our days. But that, what I would say, is Northern Ireland. It's very green. I don't plan on moving anywhere. I plan on staying here for the rest of my life. I love it here. You know, I'm happy. I also know it's had its bad history with the Troubles. People, I think there's maybe still some people are scared to come here. Maybe they think, oh, it's rough, but it's not like that anymore. It hasn't been like that for years. You know, if anybody decides to come to Northern Ireland, you know, we're very open arms. We're very, you know, very friendly folk. Maybe just not to each other, which is a bit shit. But we are friendly folk, and that was that. The first, second, and third question kind of all go in together. So it did, you know, because I haven't moved. My dog is getting fed up, and you can see a wee bit there if I move. You know, that's the sort of stuff I see every day. The ocean, trees and fields, and no sheep today. We usually see sheep run a bit. There's no sheep today. And yeah, it's very quiet actually. It's the first day we had no rain and there's nobody really out. Usually there's fucking loads of folk run about here, but it's very quiet today. I have a big walk to do to get back home here. See, away at a distance there, you see that town. I'll walk all the way back there, but round that. So there's a bit of walking to do still, but I love it. It's so Luna. Told you, Luna. She sees something. She must see a squirrel or something. But I'll do the next question about the breeders in another wee place. I'll sit where I'll show you the wee forest area I like to chill out. See you in a minute. Hello guys, we're on a different day now. And it's a lot fucking colder. I'll tell you that. But we're out here. I recorded the last couple of questions, Patrick, about the authors and what the book culture's like in my country. And I forgot to fucking hit or turn this wee microphone on, so just talking for nobody. So we'll continue on, but we'll go somewhere better. Hello, we're stopped again, and I want to sit here and hopefully a bit quiet here. I've got my dog on the lead still, but it's cold today. I had to get the snood on, the hat on, the gloves for freezing today here. And yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to Derek Green's channel, the person I'm subscribed to, and Andrea from Infinite Text. They're started a project called March on the Reels, and it seems very interesting. Everybody's doing March of the Mammoths about these big novels, and you know that seems to be takes over YouTube for the project for March. and they're doing one that's a bit different, and it was interesting. So what I thought I would do yesterday, I'm not saying I'm jumping in full on board the choo choo train, but I know that I think the whole month they're reading books all about trains, I think, or a certain book, and they're all reading it together. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll put the channels in the description. Shout them out and let them know it's good and it's something different. And I looked up, it got me in that, wanting to dive in and look for stuff to read. And I think I'll read a short story and review it, and if hopefully I can get it for March, or we're up in Belfast here when I go up next week. If not, I'll order it online. Emile Zola, The Beast Within, I think it's called. That was the one when I looked up and went more into detail about books or stories on trains, and that one intrigued me. If anybody's read it before, let me know in the comments, but it has intrigued me. So that's the one I might dive into. The Beast Within. It sounds interesting. I hope it is. So I'm doing my wee bit. It's not full March reading books about trains, but there's a short story. Oh, and the short story I think I'll read is Clive Barker's The Midnight Meat Train, because I used to love that years ago. It's a long time since I've read it. It's a long time since I've read any Clive Barker, to be honest, but I thought that'd be a wee short story. It could be interesting to dive into again. And where is my dog? Lena, come on in. Oh, don't be knocking over the fucking camera. Oh, hold on, guys. Lena's stealing the show. She's stealing the. Hold on. Tangled up there, dog. She's got tangled up. I had to go help her. Hey, just chill out. We're on a minute. The other thing I was wanting to say was JJ's discussion about books that change with time and how we change as readers and how everybody picks up a book. JJ from the book Blacksmith. I'll put her channel description too. It's a good channel. She's some good discussions in her channel, and that was a good one. It made me think, and it's true. We change with our books, and we change in our lives, which makes us look at books differently. And everybody in different parts in their lives can read a book and get a different meaning out of it. A young man might not get the same meaning as a middle-aged man or a young woman, vice versa. I know that years ago I wouldn't have read or thought much about religious books and stories. To me, that was boring. I'm going to let her off the lead here. But me now, as a Christian and not an atheist, I read them in a different frame of mind, which I wouldn't have done 10 years ago, say. So you do change with your novels, and that's the beauty about books and beauty about stories, and every single person's got their own vision and their imagination and their own way of looking at something. You can look at a poem or read a poem, and what I'll get out of it is completely different from another person. And that's why I think the novel and the art form of words on paper is one of the most important that we have since the dawn of time. And I hope it doesn't go. It's sad to think that there's not many people reading as much as used to. But Luna, come on down here. But that's just the life we live now, where the screen's taken over. But you never know. Some people get older and they find their way. I did, and there's some of us out there. The book's not going to die, but it's definitely not as popular as it was. I don't think, not in this country. And that puts me to the question that Patrick was what is book buying and book culture like in your country? Mine is very poor. Where I live, it's just one supermarket place you go to, and it's just all your bestsellers. And yeah, that's it. Just the bestsellers, and you're like Asta. If I need to get books that's really obscure, I need to go to Belfast and look there, or online. A lot of it's online. We'd be lost without Amazon. Definitely would be lost without Amazon. And so the book culture buying and all is not very good. And as I say, once kids leave school, they don't really dive in to it anymore. They just on the tablet and the gaming and all that. The books, a lot of kids only read at school, and then that's it. Once they've passed it, they've moved on. Not everyone, obviously, but put it this way: all my friends and family, there isn't anybody except my mum that reads steadily, and that's it. And she just likes her one wee thing, you know, which is like romance. Or Victoria Holt is her favourite author. That's her favourite books. And she'll just read them constant, which that's her thing, you know. But there's not many of us that would be widely read that I know. You know, there's one guy in my work, two guys in my work actually. One's more literary stuff, and one's more fantasy SF, and that's the only two guys that I know that I would actually sit and talk to books about. And it's just, you know, if we see each other in work, we'll maybe talk about what we're reading at the time. So book culture's shite, mate. It's the best way of putting that, Patrick. And that's why I'm here with you boys and girls now and friends talking about books, because there's nowhere else to talk to. My wife's head was melted, I think, with me. I'm just going, well, read this. I'm going to read this bit out to you. And she's going, oh, fuck, no. But yeah, that's book culture. And I think the other question was, what's your writers and books like from this country, Northern Ireland? And I can only think of two, maybe three of it. I could be wrong, the third one. The first one's one of my favourite, who is C.S. Lewis, who's fantastic. Love his stuff, love his Christian literature. I love his Narnia books, but it's more for kids, I know that. But Space Trilogy, I'm actually on the third one now. I'm going to read that this year, hopefully. But I like C.S. Lewis. Just need to look back there, see where my dog is. I'm scared in case she runs off. But she's a good girl. She'll not go anywhere. Just kind of sniff. But yeah, C.S. Lewis. Come on there, up here. See, and the other one would be Seamus Heaney, who was a poet. He's massive here. He's dead now. He's passed away too, but he's very big in this country. And Seamus Heaney, C.S. Lewis. And then there's another one, but I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong. You could, you know, I could put this video up and then look up and go, oh, you're wrong. But I think the girl that won the Booker Prize there a couple of years ago, I think it was the Booker Prize. I think her name's Anna Burns, and she's from Northern Ireland. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's the questions there. So as I say, this has been, it's maybe a bit long for you because I don't know how length it's going to be when I'm putting all the wee clips I've done together. But I hope it works out alright. I'm just going to go on a wee editor and just kind of put them all together and then put it up. As I say, I don't have much editing involved in this channel. I'm going to head to go walking here, get warmed up. I'm going to walk down the coast. I might get a wee video of the sea. And if there's not any other videos coming up after this, all the best, everybody. And that's that tag done. And hopefully you liked some of my country. Hopefully you can see it. It's lots of seaside and green everywhere. Lynette, come back, dog. She's going to kill herself. She's going out in the road. Come on, say bye. Here. Say bye-bye. Lynette. Nah, she's not interested. So yes, all the best. Thank you very much. And see you throughout the week.